From August this year onward, some 15 million national identity cards will be due for renewal. Failure to renew the ID, according to a notice by National Identification and Registration Authority, will attract 40,000 shillings for each passing day, which means that if one takes 10 days, they will part with 400,000 shillings. But before that time approaches, officials at National Identification and Registration Authority have moved in to have the provision under Section 23 of the Registration of Persons Act amended.
Some of these fees are proposed to be scrapped off. Some of these fees are proposed to be amended by reducing the same. The fees have been discussed and approved within the institutional structures from management to the board and also by the minister, and the amendments are at Attorney General's chambers for final approval and clearance before they are published in the Uganda Gazette.
The officials say the purpose for the reduction or removal of the fees is to improve accessibility.
In that provision of the law, the word used there is may. That means it is not mandatory. So it leaves room for exactly circumstances that you're trying to give as an illustration. If there are circumstances not caused by the inordinate delay of the applicant, definitely there is room for that fee not being imposed.
The authority was allocated 300 billion shillings at the tail end of last year under the 3.5 trillion shilling supplementary budget to undertake the mass renewal within the required time frame. The Permanent Secretary and Secretary to Treasury, Ramadan Gobi, emphasized the need for the supplementary budget despite criticisms that the practice is a financial indiscipline he had committed to reverse.
The second category of the supplementary were critical government policy commitments that could not be postponed this financial year, such as the national census, the national population and housing census, which we are going to conduct later this year, mass enrollment of all Ugandans to get IDs and get all the information, biometrics, ahead of the 2026 elections.
Officials at the Registration Authority did not provide information as to when the exercise for mass renewal shall commence. It is stipulated in the law that the renewal should be undertaken at least 2 months early, in which case June is the due date for the IDs that expire in August. Meanwhile, the authority indicates that it will undertake the registration of those under 16 years of age as well as those above.
After being registered, our dear young citizens will be given NINs, and these NINs can be used to attain birth certificates, to access education, especially via enable registration, and even protection against child trafficking.
Information processed by the Registration Authority will be used by the Electoral Commission in compilation of the voters' register. Jackson Onyango, NTV.